People want to know what happened. What say you of the women's 100?
If you are a Sha'Carri fan, you were expecting her to come and deliver because she has been talking and the hype has been. But for people who understand the 100, she hasn't run a race in 9 weeks. You trying to tell me that somebody who hasn't run a race in 9 weeks is going to come and defeat the 3 people who were just on the Olympic podium? So, I know that we have to sell this, and this was always going to get a lot of eyeballs. But I think people who understand the 100 just looked at this race and went, it's going to be very difficult for Sha'Carri in this race because you're running. I mean, I went and what did I say when I came up from watching Elaine Thompson-Herah?
Ato came up and saw Elaine. He said 10-4. I said 10-4. So he called it. He saw. But here's the thing, Ato. Here's what we're balancing, right? On the one hand, obviously now seeing the race, we can say, look, they were sharp, right? But you can also say they might have been fatigued. But when Sha'Carri put out the video with the, you know that,
and that's the thing.
We're expecting her to at least show up, right? We're expecting her to at least be in the mix.
Yes, there's no question about it. And I think everybody affiliated with her would have been a little bit surprised. But the truth is, you know, she gave up. But the thing that bothers me the most about today is that the story of this race is going to be, oh, Sha'Carri Richardson got last. That's not the story of this race. You know what the story of this race is? 10.54, and now Elaine Thompson was within 0.05 of a second of the world record. The world record nobody thought could ever be approached. And now it's like she's this far away from it. FloJo's record, she's this far away. That should be the story. Yes, of course, it's going to be the USA versus Jamaica, and the fans love that. But the story of this race is 10.54. There wasn't that much wind, Sanya.
Wasn't that much wind. I mean, you're right. Like, obviously, it's fair for us to talk about the matchup because there was so much hype. Everybody was expecting the showdown between the Jamaicans and Sha'Carri. But you're right. We cannot, you know, it's like our producers always say, you come in and you're prepared, but you got to talk about what you see. And what we saw was one of the best performances ever at 100 meters, and a woman who could potentially break FloJo's 10:49. I mean, will she run any more races? Because the other thing, too, that people always say, when you're in the form now is when she should chase the record, because next year you don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Remember that in between her wins in Rio and this year, she hasn't won anything, Elaine Thompson-Herah, because Achilles flares up. If I am her coach and watching this 10-5 today, I'm like, where can we go? Can we go somewhere with altitude? Can we go somewhere where we know there's fast sprints? Because she is ready to take some serious shots at that record. If anything, she needs somebody to step up. I don't know if she's going to get into a race with Shelly-Ann or somebody. She needs somebody running 10-6 to run 10-4. Right now, there's nobody on the planet that's running that fast.
Yeah. The other thing that people are saying that I do want to clear up on behalf of our NBC team is that obviously after the race, Sha'Carri was walking by Lewis. Lewis grabbed her. We did also get Elaine after, but it was after commercial, and just with the timing, they weren't able to show. So it wasn't that we were being biased in any way. We were trying to get Elaine. She was doing her victory stuff. She was in field doing the commentating, and we did get her for an interview. So it will probably be up on NBC on the website. But you know, I hate when we say it's biased because I feel like we do a really good job trying to tell the story. And we can't lie, Sha'Carri was a big part of the story. So we wanted to hear, like you guys wanted to hear, how did she feel? What happened? And so, you know, she said what she gonna say. But at the end of the day, I definitely do think that we tried to get Elaine's interview on, but the show was so tight, right, from beginning to end. So, woo! But it was awesome.
10.54.
Awesome.